is Co, and the women are taking over the conversation today.
What? Hey,
Hello,
hey, y'all!
everyone.
I got three beautiful women. Thank God that Dominga is not that other person, because that other person, I would be losing my furniture and everything right now. I'd be getting kicked out the house and everything. So, hey, y'all! Hey, Jay, go ahead. What did you say?
She would be sitting on your lap right now.
Oh, Dominga can come if she wants to.
Oh my goodness! Hey, Nicole, go ahead and send the shout outs to everybody that just came on, our 8, 9, 10 people. Oh, and you on mute. You on mute, Nicole.
I knew that. Hey. Hey, shout out to Quan. Yes, it is ladies' night tonight. Hey, Mark. Thanks for coming. Welcome. The real life of Blue. Hey, oh, I love your little fro. It's super cute.
Oh, hello.
Oh, from Pusakana. Okay, John, that's your people.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Pepper. Yes, everybody's on time.
Yep. No black people time.
I know, right?
Yeah, Rico's always late. He's the only one that's always late. Yeah. So walk on. Shout out to you, brother. Hey, coach, and the ladies looking beautiful. Is he talking about me? Thank you. Is he talking about me?
Are you a lady?
About you.
No.
Are you a lady?
No, I'm not a lady. No. I thought he was saying, okay, all right, good. Okay. Hello, from Orlando, George. Hello. The real life Blue. Thank you. Mr. Pepper. Hello, folks. Shout out to Mr. Pepper. Hey, did y'all like the last video that I did with on the river with the girls and the family?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you so
Very
much.
nice.
Hey,
I love the little baby.
Can you tell everybody where you all are from, and then I'll let you guys take over. I'll let Cole take over from there. Faye, we'll start with you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hi everyone. I'm from London.
From London, and what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, me? Oh, I work in the IT sector.
Oh, awesome. And how young are you?
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s. Oh, look, mid-20s. She didn't say her exact age. Just said
I'm 26. It's fine.
No, it's okay. I don't care. Yeah. You know, some women like to say their age. Some women don't. That's okay. It don't bother me. All right, Jay, you next.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm from the Netherlands. And I'm
the Netherlands. Okay.
Well, a lady never tells her age, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
I work in the healthcare sector.
Very good. All right, cuz, and you next.
Hey, I'm Co. I'm from Louisiana. And I'm going to not tell my age either because nobody else tell their age. So I'm going to just fit in.
Oh, just me then.
Oh, no, I'm going to do mine. She told hers. I'm on 35.
I'm 35 also.
Okay.
All right. So it's going to be an open topic today, and we're just going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to flow with it. Rico is getting on the airplane right now. He said he's going to try to come on, but we're going to bring some people up. Cole, you got the controls, so you can bring people up, bring people down, do whatever you want to. So, Cole, can you put the link in below for me?
Yeah, sure. For the live?
Yeah, I'll put it back in. Quan, shout out to you, brother. What's going on? Love the international flavor. I know it. So, all right. It is Father's Day in the Dominican Republic. That's awesome. And then look, we got Ladies' Night. Ladies' Night. I said that right, Cole?
Yes.
Ladies' Night. And it is Father's Day. So we're going to talk about fathers a little bit, and we're going to talk about the DR and just the open topic. So anybody have any questions? Pimp Boy, Brooklyn, shout out to you, the real life Blue. Anybody have any questions or comments for these beautiful ladies, or any questions or comments for me? We're just going to have fun. We're going to stay on. We're definitely going to stay on for about 2 hours today, and that's it, because that 5 hours, that was crazy last time. But anyway, Faye, what do you like to do as like your hobby?
Oh, my hobby. I like going to a lot of network events.
like network events? When you say network events, what do you mean?
So more like career events, or like I like to go to like meetup events as well.
Oh. So you're not shy. You like to meet people and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
awesome.
I am shy, but I still get out of the show.
All right, Jay, what do you like to do for a hobby? Your hobbies?
Mm, let me see. As of right now, I'm more into fitness.
Fitness.
I'm
Okay.
trying to get back being more healthy. So I've been doing a lot of swimming, a lot of walking. Yeah.
Cool. Now, do you have any like? Oh, Cole, go ahead. Go. You next. What do you like to do as a hobby?
I have like a million hobbies. I'm like a little jack of all trades. I love doing that stuff. I like painting. I like making jewelry. I've made like, I didn't make them, but I've like redone some furniture pieces and kind of like, I'm a DIY. Like I'll get stuck in that. I'm like, I can do that. And then like hate myself when it's like
No,
too
you did.
late. But
That's soap. You did that in that glass in that jar. The different soaps and fragrances that was.
oh, I did. I used to make bath stuff too. Yeah, I
Really?
did. I was doing bath stuff and lotion. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah. So anyway, Faye, all right. Tell me your things that you like. You don't have to go into detail, but something that you are like you got to get rid of, but you just can't get rid of it. Let's like shopping or a bad habit.
A bad habit. I guess my stinginess.
Oh, what do you mean when you say stingy? Are you stingy?
Sometimes with money, I'll just be like, oh, that's too much. And I'll just be like that dad from Everybody Hates Chris. I'll just be like calculating it. Instead, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bad habit of me.
Gotcha.
I want to stop.
Okay, cool. All right, give me one of your bad habits that you got to get rid of, Jay.
Oh, I have a good one. I have clothes that I should have thrown out like 5 years ago. And I think that someday, maybe in a good day, I'll be able to fit back in that clothing. And I just keep it around. And I
Cool.
don't know why I do that. So, yeah.
Cole, what is some of your bad habits that you want to get rid of?
I'm working on not allowing the spirit of procrastination to take me over as much as it can. Because I'll get comfortable anywhere, especially like after work. It's like, let me sit here and breathe. And then I look up and I'm like, why is it 5 hours later?
You cool. That's good. I'll tell you guys one of my bad habits. I love eating.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
I have gained, and I have back and neck issues, and I have gotten this stomach. It's Dominga's fault. Dominga, I know you listening right now, baby. It's your fault because I have a stomach now, and it's putting pressure on my back. And you got to slow down with the cooking. So I'm kind of putting it on Dominga a little bit too.
It's not her fault.
Is that a bad habit though?
You could just say you don't want to eat. You could just say you're fine, and she'll understand.
You look at y'all already ganging up on the guy already. So.
Of course, it's ladies' night.
Hey, so anybody have any questions for the beautiful ladies, or any questions about the Dominican Republic? You guys feel free to come up on the platform or just ask the questions from the comment. We're just gonna have a lot of fun. It's just an open topic today. No, a whole bunch of guys ain't screaming at each other like we usually do with Rico and Hollywood and the rest of them. So, wait a minute, y'all calm down. Stop all that screaming. Faye, chill out. I'm gonna give you your chance. Jay, chill. Calm down. And wait.
You'll see the difference with us versus the guys. We're more relaxed.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I guess it's just personality.
Man, testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I just don't know how to act. Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? What do y'all when y'all hear all the screaming and yelling and cussing and all of that stuff? What are you guys thinking of? I know Faye is smiling a lot and stuff, and Nicole's just shaking her head. But what's going on in y'all head when the men are going crazy? And what are y'all women thinking?
I just feel like it's a lot, and it's just like, wow, there's no filter.
Yes. Or what are you thinking?
I mean, it's funny to me when Rico starts screaming and starts saying, you and blah, 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 and you'll start screaming. And I'm thinking, this is funny.
Awesome. And
Oh, we
Matt,
got a question.
Go ahead.
You want me to read it? Okay. What do you ladies think about this passport bros going to these countries looking for love? Do you guys find that very offensive?
Great question.
Who wants to start?
You.
Okay, let's start. Do I find it offensive? Personally, not. Because, I mean, okay. I'm trying to. This is ladies' night, right? We should be
honest. Yes.
Honest. Well, I am not offended at all because, well, you should go where you celebrate it, and if they feel like they'll celebrate it over there, they should go. And I say good riddance. But my question would be, are they really looking for love? But
Okay.
hey,
Good.
that's
Faye,
my point of view.
I always liked interracial and intercultural relationships, and I always felt like what they're doing is nice. They're going to where like they're loved and celebrated, and even the same with me. If I was around people that appreciated me, I'll go to them as well. But I wouldn't bash my own people or own culture. That's the only thing I wouldn't do.
I agree. I think that's the offensive part where people get it misconstrued as to like women are offended that certain guys are like leaving and going finding relationships in other places. It's not that you're not allowed to do that. It's just like, I'm going to do this, and it's always followed up with because this certain specific demographic of women usually brought up are this way and this way and that way. It's not just like, I'm gonna go look for me, and it's not y'all focused. It's like, oh, you guys are terrible, you suck, you're horrible, so I'm gonna go here and F you while I'm walking away. And so it's just like, okay, that's fine. Like, why are you, it's just a lot the way that people usually push
It is definitely a lot. And well, I was being sarcastic earlier, but my point was more to the fact of, if someone tells me, I'm supposing that I'm a black woman, you're a black man, we both come from black women, and you're telling me there are 20 things wrong with me, and you want to go and find somebody else who supposedly is better, then go ahead. Who's stopping you? Because if you don't want me, go where you are supposedly celebrated.
So why do you think so many men go to a different country and then it's like they're so happy and it just seems like, oh, it's so much better over here? And just your opinion, because I can speak for myself and all of that stuff. I'm a man, but I want to hear your opinion.
Well, what made you happy when you left?
Wait a minute, how you gonna reverse the question after I asked?
Because you're like,
you asked the question.
You just made this like,
yeah,
that was a weird question. Like the way that you worded that, because you just basically was like, well, why are people happy when they leave y'all? Like that's how that came across. Like, damn, what do you mean? Like the reasons that you're happy in a different country are not the reasons that most men are leaving the country. But I don't necessarily see people going to these other countries. These people who claim that looking for love on 90 Day Fiance, half of these dudes end up getting turned around. A lot of these dudes get viral because the women in the other countries don't want to put up with certain stuff too. So I guess it depends on like where you're looking and what you see. But I don't like how you worded it.
All right, how should I have worded it? And then I want you to answer it how you worded it.
I'm gonna let the ladies answer first. I mean, you worded it how you worded it, but you worded it like, well, why are they happy?
You worded it as if, what do you think of the fact that when they leave you, they're so happy over there? Excuse
Right.
you?
No,
That's
I'm
what
not.
you just said.
I'm not. I'm telling you what they see and they say on YouTube. It's like, oh, it's the world is so awesome, and
I mean,
you don't have to put up. You don't have to put up with this. You don't have to put up with that.
I think I know why.
Huh?
I
Go
know
ahead.
why.
Go ahead.
It's because back home it usually has traditional roles, but here we've kind of like messed up the gender roles. So it's like a lot of the women, not all of them, but like most are doing the male roles, and a lot of the males are doing the female roles. So I think the men are getting frustrated that they can't be a man. That's what I think.
Okay.
But then the other one is some of them are using their trauma from that one individual, and because they've been so frustrated, they just kind of thought they're all the same. But the sad thing is they're posting it online about us. So it's kind of putting the whole world off about us as well.
That's a good point. I like that. I like how you put that. And then you didn't like. I thought you was gonna go in like, they need to stay their ass over there if they don't like us and blah, blah, blah.
No, I kind of like, I don't want to like bash my own people as well. I kind of understand there's some stereotypes we do, I'll admit. Like sometimes our behavior we need to work on, but I just don't like that they're saying all of us. They could just say, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's the right word, the hood ladies or like the ones that aren't behaving well, but they don't need to say all. That's the thing. They need to
But
change.
they should say Maria that broke their heart. You know, the woman that they chose.
Yeah.
That they should say that.
I like that. I like that. Cole?
I agree. You know.
Okay. All right, cool. Anthony says, besides Nicole, have any of you all been to the Dominican Republic? If not, would you like to visit or ever live there?
Faye?
Oh, me? Oh, okay. Yeah, I went in March. It was really good. I had a fun time over there. I would like to visit again, definitely. I want to explore more cities. Living that I don't. Pardon?
Are you in a relationship right now? If you don't mind me
No,
asking?
I'm single.
Okay. Would you date a Dominican guy?
Yeah, I would. Even them or Haitian guys, because they were both good.
Cool. All right. Next question. Oh, question to you. Besides Dominican Republic, have you ever been? Yes, you have been, right?
I've
Faye?
been several times, and
Mhm.
I hope to visit again soon. Yes, and I would like to live there.
And are you in a relationship?
I could, I would like to, but maybe not live there permanently. But here we call it overwinter. Overwinteren. When it gets cold over here, I would like to go and seek the sea and the sun and the tropical. And let's say 6 months here, 6 months there. For me, that would be the perfect thing to do. So we
That,
have to
that
see
that wasn't my
how.
question. My question was, are you in a relationship?
But I wasn't finished
I'm
asking
sorry.
answering the question. Oh my God. Let me talk.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I am happily single.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Cole, you up?
Oh yeah, I'm single too.
Answer
Oh,
that.
ladies'
All
night
of
and single ladies' night.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Dominican Republic, Cole? I know the answer, but
No, I haven't been, but I'm gonna go soon.
yes. Awesome.
We should all meet up.
Yes, we will. We'll do that.
We will.
That'd be cool. Y'all come at the same time. That would be cool. And hang out. Yep. Okay, next question. Do not be coming down on Coach Cole. That's a guy. Please don't turn into Rico.
Was that for me? I felt it.
No, Cole. No, that's for Nicole. Cole.
Oh, that's for Nicole.
Yes. Quan, everything is easier to get abroad than back in the States. Okay. Life is not recyclable. Lesson. Do you life to the max.
The max.
Do your life. Yeah, I got you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, the real life says, sorry, I'm working and off in a few, but yes, Cole, we do need to LOL. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got to do some catching up on these doggone comments. Okay, JoJo says, what do you ladies think about the teen pregnancy in the Dominican Republic compared to the United States and England? Faye?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great question.
Well, over here, even from I don't know if you understand the year grades, but maybe I'll say by the ages. From age 10, they start to learn about sex education throughout, even through secondary school as well. And they even give out free protections for all of us. And the clinics are free to go to. But it's really just down to the individual of the kids. But I know more of the kids fear getting pregnant. But it's the ones that don't care that will mess around. But for the DR, I think because a lot of their parents give them free time to go out and play, I feel like no one's really monitoring them or being strict about it. Maybe some parents, like you said, Darlene's mum. Yeah, you said she was very strict.
She's really strict on the kids,
which
like
is
where
good.
they are. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like over there, I don't know if they do that. They should have sex education classes and provide like free protection. Well, it's not good that they should start doing that through high school, but they should start doing stuff like that over there.
Gotcha. Jay, go ahead.
I mean, it is definitely a question of lack of education, definitely, and repeating certain circles. Because let's say if you grow up with a single mother, the chances of that child by the time she's 15, 16 of becoming a single mother is 50%. She's just repeating what she's seen around her. And with the lack of education and the lack of, if nobody teaches you about your body and how to respect your body or how to use protection, well,
that's a good point.
You don't know how to.
That's a good point. Cole?
Yeah, I mean, I think just comparing like a poorer country in general, that's always going to be the case. Like you said, their parents can't necessarily be around because they earn so much less, so they have to work so much more. So the kids are left up to their own. Like money isn't poured into the education systems in those countries, so those kids can learn or like even desire to want like college or something. Like most of them aren't even considering that because that's just not what's going on around there. So I mean, I think that like that's just what happens when you have those poor countries. The less resources you have, the more people are just kind of winging it.
And let's say also culturally, family is very big and family is very important. So having a child, it's not the end of the world.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Faye. What were you saying? Oh, what's the excuse for the people in the United States? And not talking bad about them, but why is it so many teen pregnancies in the United States? And people are not. It's just It's really no. Is it no men in the house? I mean, and I know it's no men in the house here in the Dominican Republic. But what do you think in the United States?
I think that's a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's a lot of. I think it's like a lot of the same thing too. I think it's like, kids just being up to their own thing. I think we definitely don't have education about that in the schools out here, and they're fighting for it to be less education. Like it's just abstinence only, especially depending on what side of like the Mason-Dixon you on. Like the further south you are, the more in the Bible Belt you are, the more like sex isn't a discussion. It's just like don't do it. But then like here's free time and nothing to do. So
yeah. Do you think it's worse? I guess it's worse in these third world countries, right? I mean, if you compared it, I don't know, but it's worse, right? Compared to the United States. or
We don't know. We would have to pull up statistics.
right, yeah. But I know it just seems like it stands out more in the Dominican Republic and these other third world countries because they're so poor, and yeah, I just know that the parents, they have to work, and a lot of times, let's take Soul for example. She's not here. Soul is at the disco with her friend, with her boyfriend or friend or whatever. So she asked me to drop her off at the disco, and I dropped them off at the disco, and they want me to pick them up in about 3 hours. I don't know anybody in the United States that their parents would drop them off at the disco at 16 years old. But hey, she got permission from her mom. She asked, and I'm kind of like the third wheel. I'm like the second wheel. I do have say so, but maybe one day I'll step up a little bit and say, hey, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. But I have not yet. But I was just shocked that I dropped her off at the disco. They're going to be finishing up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm going to pick them up and drop him off at the house, and then she's going to come back with me. But I have never heard of somebody going to the disco at 16 years old.
Well, so it's like a club?
Well, they always say disco here. It's like
I know, but
club,
is it for children or is it like an adult club?
It's like when I dropped them off, it was from 15, 16 up to 23, 24.
No, that's too much.
Yeah. So,
okay, I understand. Because I was going to say, at least in the UK, a lot of the school kids would have like parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to Haitian government. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing because we used to have a little teen club.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, there was a teen club. And so like all the teens would be like at that club, but it was like, it was an underage club. It wasn't, you couldn't be 20 walking up in there with like
no way.
Yeah, they would be looking at you crazy. I remember back in the day when, I'm jumping off subject a tad bit, but we would go to the skating rink and we would see those perverts at the skating rink. I was 12, 13, 14 years old, and those perverts would be in the corner like trying to talk to the girls. They're like 14, 15, 16 years old. And I hear that's everywhere in all those skating rinks. And it's just like they're trying to show the girls how to dance and try to be friends with the girls. And they're 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I saw. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but I know the perverts used to hang out in the corner and try to talk to the girls and the boys and things like that. But here, they're drinking alcohol in the disco or clubs and stuff like that. And these kids are like 16, 17 years old. They're underage. And it's just, we're in a different country. And you just have to accept that. I can't go in there and say, hey, we got minors in here and y'all drinking alcohol in front of the minors. I can't do that. I'm in a third world. I'm in a different country. People would look at me crazy and they would probably throw me out like on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something like that.
I'm quite shocked though.
What?
I thought the Latino parents would be strict like African parents, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would think so too. But I'm starting to. I see a lot of things that just would not fly in the United States.
But I mean, it is a generalization. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I meant?
Yes.
Because there are very strict Latino parents.
Mm-hmm.
They are very. I mean, it also has to do with a class thing.
Oh.
Class thing? You say class, like a certain class of people?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, the middle class and the middle upper class children are not, walking around and just playing with everybody. They hang in certain groups and they do certain activities and they do some things. And other kids do other things.
Okay, awesome. Martha's Cook says, this is for Nicole. A matter of fact, all of you ladies, what do you guys think about Coach living in the Dominican Republic? That's a good question. Maybe I should put it like that.
I'll answer that one.
Go ahead.
I was actually really excited for him I don't know, it was nice to watch his journey of him like learning the culture, making friends, and just seeing him getting immersed with the people there. He wasn't doing anything weird or inappropriate. And I just liked seeing because I saw his previous relationship as well, and even how he treated her, the in-law, even just how he treated the dark-skinned people, the Haitians, all of. I just felt like this guy is really good. He's not here to mess around. Because I'll be honest, I did watch your channel for a bit, and then I subscribed later. I think it was from the two Haitian Dominican girls. That's when I thought I'll subscribe to you.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. And I went to Puerto Rico for almost a year, and that kind of I couldn't really move around like I wanted to. So, and then I moved back here. I didn't really. Me and my sons, we didn't like Puerto Rico, so we moved back to the Dominican Republic. But yeah, awesome. And I saw your name in the beginning, like when I first started my channel. I saw a couple comments, and then you kind of faded out, and then you came back.
Because I was trying to see what you're about.
Yeah, you were trying to see if I was a psycho or something like that.
Yeah. But you were good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. G Style says it's worse because they don't have welfare, food stamps, EBT, and Section 8 in the Dominican Republic. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that, but that is true. It makes it look worse because they really don't have any type of assistance. True. Yeah. Now, like, remember what Manuel said in that video? They do give them like free, like assistance, like prenatal care, and then they can get different tests done when they're pregnant, and then they'll even have the baby and no charge, and they'll give them like a small little kit to like a startup kit or something like that. But besides that's it. They don't have any type of food stamps or Section 8. Go ahead, Faye. Faye, you was about to say something? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just listening.
Okay. Yeah. This is for Nicole. Oh, sorry, I did that one already.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Quan says, at least in the DR, they don't have house parties and teen parties. That's where everything can happen.
I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
Especially with Dembo.
They do.
If you're trying to make it happen, you can make it happen anywhere. If that's your
anywhere, house parties.
Exactly.
I have never seen so many teenage kids smoke hookah at 14, 15, 16 years old. I have never seen that in my life, and it's amazing. It's crazy how you just watch these teenage kids like smoking on hookah and what's that hookah and what's the other thing? Vapes.
I noticed that was popular.
Oh, that's huge here in the Dominican.
I mean, that's the hype, and everybody is trying to be it.
Cool, yeah.
To be cool. So, yeah.
John has a question for the ladies. I have a question for the ladies. We all know Soul is dating a 23. It's actually 21, so everybody get it straight. 21 years old. I looked at his ID. He is 21 years old. The question is, would you ladies approve of your teenage daughter dating an older man? I know I wouldn't. Oh, that's a good question. Go ahead. Cole, you first.
He gonna throw me out there and leave. I absolutely would not be okay with that. And I have a 14-year-old daughter who's going into high school this year, and we've been having talks, like I'm like, until you're 30, anybody that's like 5 years older than you has the upper hand on you because you have no life experience. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're smart for your age, but you're not smarter for somebody like 4 or 5 years your senior. They're thinking faster than you. They've experienced more than you. You're being taken advantage of. Stay with somebody in your age group. Once you get to your 30s, you know yourself. You've lived. You don't just have textbook knowledge. You have actual, like, this is who I am, and you're more secure. But I'm like, yeah, don't let an older man steal your youth, because they're definitely out here looking.
Question. What's the age difference between them? Because Coach said he was 21. How old is she?
16.
So he's 5 years older than her.
That's a no.
No, I'll say no as well.
Yeah.
That's a no.
Okay. So, all right. So you guys say no. Everybody says no. And guess what? I say no as well. So yes, so there's your answer. Other than Nicole, have any of you ladies met Coach in person?
I nearly did, but what happened was my card got stuck in the machine. So I wasn't able to like have money for that few days. That's why I didn't try to see you anymore. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. Next time, when you come next time, we'll all hang out and that'd be cool. You know, I just met Miss Sharonda, and Miss Sharonda was one of my first subscribers 3 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. So shout out to Miss Sharonda and giving me advice. Thank y'all ladies for giving me all the advice. We have a lot of ladies on the channel, and I try to keep a balance because have y'all ever been on those channels or heard some of those channels where they just bash ladies in general, not just black ladies, just ladies in general? Yeah. So I try to, and of course I have a genuine heart, but I really have to be careful. And even Rico, he really loves ladies and like to help them out, but he just run his mouth a little extra sometimes. Cole says a hard no. That's cool. Hey, look at there's Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Coelho. That's the other. That's the Haitian baby is Coelho the dog. He's the Coelho's from Haiti, and the rest of them are from Louisiana.
How cute.
No, yeah, he's like part of the family, right, Cole?
Oh.
That's he's
my baby. He was supposed to be her baby, but he's my baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question.
Go ahead. Do any of you guys believe in marriage? I know Coach does. And that's a lady, Miss Price.
Yeah, he needs to believe less. I be telling him to doubt. Anyway.
Miss Price, thank you so much. It's always good to see you, sister. Go ahead and answer that question.
Yeah. I believe in it.
Okay. All right. Who said that? That was Faye that said that, right? Yeah.
Everybody say yeah.
Jay? Yeah. Yes. And everybody says yes. Okay. Y'all don't want to expound on that? Y'all don't want to expound on that?
No, it's all in God's time, really.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. King Choice, question for Cole. Cole been getting a lot of questions. When are you going to stop procrastinating and finally fly out to the DR? You're going to be addicted after the first trip.
You will.
I'm sure I will. We were just talking about that. I'm thinking about coming over this summer.
Awesome. Yes, we talked about that. Hey, let me ask y'all a question real quick. Could you see you all like getting off the airplane and then meeting a guy here and falling in love with him and saying, hey, shoot, and just kind of readjusting your life and coming over here and dating him and eventually getting married? Can you see yourself doing that? And we're going to start off with Jay on that question. Can you see yourself doing that? Yeah.
Well, I have a story about that.
I love it.
You want to hear about it?
Yes.
All right. So I've met someone while visiting, and nice guy, great guy. But I think we should be realistic. And how do I put it? Not to sound bad. I think we should be realistic. Certain things are not going to work. Like, I am a certain way, and people may expect other things from you because you come from abroad, and I do not play those games. So yeah, it did not work because I don't see me. I'm a woman. There are things that women do, and I believe in gender roles. So I don't see myself taking care of a man. That's never going to happen. Ever.
Did you sense anything in the relationship, and what kind of made you fall back and like cancel it?
We were not financially compatible.
Awesome. That's
And as
awesome.
a woman, I am, after paying the third time, I'm done.
I like that. I like
So
that.
um,
Yeah.
certain things I cannot just do, and it's a cultural thing for me. I cannot be paying. It's supposed to be the other way around for me, right? So my
Right.
question for the ladies would be, would you be able to, if you find that's the man for you in other aspects, to say, well, I'll be the provider, or you need a man to be the provider? That would be my question.
That's a good one. I was
That,
actually thinking about that today.
mm-hmm.
My brain is smoking a little bit right now. I just want to let y'all know that. But go ahead. I'm just gonna listen because y'all getting into some women stuff and my brain is smoking. But go ahead.
Okay.
Did you want to go, Faye?
Yeah, sure. That was the thing. I like how their traditions are, but the problem is the finance thing, because I'll still end up being the breadwinner
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
So I always thought, how do I do it in a way where I could still be the lady that I am? That's my problem. But I just, unless they came from their country to the UK, if you know what I mean. But then I would want to live there to live cheaper. So it's like, I don't know.
So don't take it wrong. You're two, and I'm gonna be right back to you, Cole. Your countries that you all live in, they are pretty. They are like on that same level as the United States financially. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. Cool. All right, Cole. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The thing about that becomes tricky, because I don't have like a yes or a no for that. I guess the tricky part is like, what role would a man be willing to play if I were the financial provider? Like, what role are you willing to like, are you willing to fully take on like the nurturer role, the household? Like, are you fully prepared to like fall into that space and fill in those gaps? And I think that's what will make that difficult, because I mean, I think it's a lot of women who have been in situations where they provided for men. Like, I've been, my last situation was terrible because of that, because like I had more of a value for money and like saving, where like he was just like, if we had $5, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get a Coke and a t-shirt from the corner store. And I'm like, bro, we got $5. Like, just like hold it. Like, what if something happens? Like, what if we need gas? Or like, what if like we can't just blow it? So
It's a mindset, isn't it?
it would be like, I think it would be, the difficult part wouldn't be like, oh, would I be willing to be the support system? But it's like, would you be willing to fall into the role that I need? Or are you going to expect me, because I'm a woman, to like come home and do the traditional woman chores as well as being the household provider? And I don't think a lot of men could stomach that.
I have a question
Mm-hmm.
regarding that. Is that man a Dominican man, as in a Dominican man born and raised in the Dominican Republic? Is that man a Dominican American man? Is that man an expat? What kind of man are we talking about? Because there are different
Yeah.
types of men.
I think in general we're talking about third world country men, like
I'm talking about men, period.
oh,
For the most part, like as a whole, I don't think most men would be able to easily fall into that role.
you don't think so?
No. Do you think you could just be like the house husband? Like, do you think you could fall into that role easily and be like my wife? Or do you like, are you still expecting to be like, okay, I'll do some dishes and stuff, but what I say still goes, and like I'm the head of the household now, and like are you still thinking that like you're putting your foot down when you want to? Or are you fully ready for these tables to be turned?
But I think it doesn't have to be that way. I think the woman can still be the provider, but understand that the man is, I don't want to say the wrong word. Now, I think the man could still be like, hey, let's do it this way, baby. We're not going to get the Nissan Altima right now.
Why do you make that choice if you're not making the money? Why do you decide what we do with the money that I make? I go out every day and I bust my ass and you take care of this house. Why do you get to tell me what I do with my money?
That I understand where you're coming from, but we, just like Jay said, men has this, what's that word you used earlier, like with Rico and everybody's on, like they use
testosterone.
Testosterone. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, a man wouldn't want to fall into that role. I'm not going to go out like that. That's not going to work for me. That's why I wouldn't do that, because it's like you're not willing to, like, you still want me to be in a secondary role, and that's not how this works.
So you saying that's, and Jay and Faye, do you agree with that? Is that even, can a relationship work like that? Have you ever seen a relationship work like that?
Yeah, two expats that I met, they're both in relationships with Dominican men. But luckily, the two guys have actually leveled up in a way by themselves, not them telling them to.
What do you mean when you say leveled up? What do you mean leveled
up? They found other jobs to make more money, or they've kind of just started studying again, and like they just kind of expanded upon that.
So what's wrong with leveling up and still keeping the man role and the man of the house, and you being the queen of the house, and then you're helping your fiance out or your husband out, Cole, because I'm talking to you.
You're just proving my point. You're saying exactly what I'm saying from the male perspective. I'm saying I wouldn't do that because first of all, I'm not going to even be in a household where I'm not working or like adding to the household within itself. So like, I'm not trying to do where one person has the financial upper hand. Like, either way, I want my own money to spend, but I'm saying I would definitely not do a situation where I was the sole financial provider, because like you're saying, you still think you should be the head of the household, even though you're no longer doing the head of the household job. So I would not put myself in a situation where I'm going out and earning the bread and you still feel like you have this upper hand on me. Like, I don't think most men would be able to humble themselves.
So you just
allow them to be a situation that's real comfortable. Now, I mean, of course, some guys can definitely do it, but most are gonna feel like you feel.
I mean,
go ahead, Faye. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, in a perfect world, it could be what Coach John is saying, but this is the real world, and we all know women want provision and men want respect. So if I'm working my butt off 10 hours, 12 hours, and I'm coming home and you've stayed home the whole day and you've been the house husband, and then you tell me, well, I think we should do this and that with the money. It's like a respect thing. It's like a woman thing. It's biologically ingrained in us, in me. Let me speak for self. It's not going to work for me.
Do you think that's why men come to the Dominican Republic from the United States? Because like my budget. Everybody knows my budget. I'm disabled, so I'm not making a whole bunch of money. Do you think it was good for me to move to the Dominican Republic because I'm almost middle class in the Dominican Republic, and what if Dominga starts making more money than me tomorrow? Should everything?
I don't understand the correlation, because fact remains, with your budget, you are still taking care of the house where you live in. You are still the head of the house where you at right now, isn't it?
Okay. So, all right. Cool. So that means that's for all of y'all. You all would not allow. You all wouldn't date a man in the Dominican Republic. I mean, you pretty much.
It's 50-50. Because I was actually thinking about that. Not really DR, but just anywhere in general.
Why is that? Why is that? Why wouldn't you? Why is it 50-50? Why it can't be 100? Because in my mind, you're already thinking negative when you say 50-50. And I'm not trying to offend you, Faye, but I'm just saying that.
I think it's based on people's experiences and stories from women that have done too much, where they've paid for every single bit, or the guy's kind of told all his friends, and then the friends are all like, "Oh, pay for all my stuff." So I think stuff like that throws me off, and I just don't want to be, because I'm a nice person, I'll be honest. I just feel like I end up paying for everyone every single time. I wouldn't know how to say no.
Listen, like Patrick J. Lewis said, we all have our gender roles to play, and it's different for a man than for women, because, and it's not, to me, it's more. It doesn't have. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's Dominican. It is more with the fact of who is he? Which family does he come from? Is he well educated or not? What does he want to do with his future?
Exactly.
How is he going to achieve these goals?
Just like I think Faye was saying earlier, she knew men from the Dominican Republic and they had married women. And did they move to a different place? You were saying?
Say that again.
You were saying like the men who, you said you knew people who had married where like the women were taking care of the men and they were like Dominican, in a Dominican relationship. But then you said those men had figured out a way to level up.
Yeah. So one of them is moved to the States.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to earn more money, and then they're going to go back later. The other one, he's because he knows a lot of people, he's got more gigs doing his like, you know what, man, is it Melvin or Manuel that does the tours?
Manuel.
Yeah, Manuel. So he's kind of made a lot of money from that.
Yeah. But see, that's what I mean. It's the type of man. So like those are not like men who are in relationships where women are supporting them 100%. Yeah. That is relationships in transition. That is completely different. If something happened to you tomorrow and then Dominga became the head of household, then that is a relationship and transition. That is not a household that is set up for her to be the provider, or even for those women to be the provider. Like that wasn't the end goal. That was just like where we're going through.
So you don't have no problem with that. You don't have a problem with that.
With transition in a relationship?
Right.
No.
Okay.
But to add to that, in the Dominican culture, in the Latin culture, the man has to provide. So I don't understand, just because I'm a foreigner, then suddenly the roles are different and I have to provide. Get out of here. In their culture, they know from the poorest to the richest, the man has to provide.
Do you agree with that, Faye? You agree with that, Faye?
Yeah, he does have to provide. But I was saying, would it be easier if we just pay for our own bits because of how the salaries are? So he just pays for his own stuff, I pay for my own stuff. But I guess when we have children, it's a bit different.
Yeah, hey, that's a good point. So your thought process is different. Jay, do you feel that way? You think a relationship can work if somebody takes the money and say, hey, you pay for your share, I pay for my share? Cole and no, Jay. Oh, look at that. Y'all fight.
No, like,
it's time to start fighting.
Shut up. You're so messy.
I need to fight like you guys.
I'm going to put it out there.
Okay.
Speaking for self. I live singly and I live well. I pay all my bills by myself as an adult, as it should be. So if you're coming into this equation, we need to go up.
Right.
I'm not going to pay rent with my future husband.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I could get a roommate without the sex.
Hey, you need to get on it. You need to fuss at it. You need to tell.
No, it's my turn. Shut up, John. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
No, so listen, because I get both sides, and I think generally, like my idea for my marriage is like we have our joint account where we put a set amount to take care of the household bills, and then we have our money as well. You know, like I don't know necessarily if that money's gonna be like split money or how that's gonna work, but it's he tried to get me. But I I think there should definitely be, like I said, like at least like a joint account where both of our money are going to a degree. Like, okay, this is how much I'm gonna put in every month. This is how much you're gonna put in. These are the bills that we have to cover. But
hey, answer this question, Harris. Shout out to Harris, always on the channel, been one of the first subscribers from day one. Can you read a Harris question and answer it, please, Cole?
I wanted to ask the ladies on the panel, why do you think men are complaining about this generation of women? What do you think is the problem?
Gender roles.
Yeah. I think the problem is people think that they have lots of options, right? In the world of Bumbles and the Tinders and the swipe, they're like, I can get better. And then you're like 100 swipes in the future and you still haven't got someone. And that with the gender roles, and then some women are feminazis and some men are women haters. So we're fighting each other instead of
loving each other,
coming together as we should.
I like that. Faye, answer that question, please.
Yeah, sure. I think it's what people watch as well, because for some reason on YouTube, I'll just get random videos of like, oh, this about men, and then everyone just agree with what that person says. So it's like no one has their own opinion. I think people just kind of digest their opinion and then they just take it as, oh, this is true, but they're not thinking for themselves.
Yeah, they're just regurgitating other people's talking points. And once you've seen one of those videos, you've seen them all. They keep saying the same stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cole, go ahead with the next question. I'm sorry, you was about to say something.
No, I agree. I think it's I agree with both of the ladies. I think too, like the gender roles are like very skewed with what they mean and what they hold. I get confused, to be honest. I get confused with like a lot of guys, like, what does a leader mean? Like, I've never seen so many people who are like leaders complain about people not following them. I don't think I've ever seen leaders beg for followers. I thought leaders like move and their actions caused people to follow them, or their words motivated people. But like now it's like, follow me because I said you should, and because I'm an alpha man. Yeah, and it's just like,
follow me to hell because I cannot even follow myself.
To poverty. To say,
hey, wait a minute, y'all not gonna be sitting here. Y'all not gonna be bashing. You're not gonna be bashing men on this channel. That's what you're not.
We're not bashing.
We're not saying all men.
We're not bashing.
I'm talking about a personal experience. I was flashing back. Is what I was doing.
We're talking about the man to say, "I'm the leader. You need to submit to what exactly?"
Yeah, and I get that all the time. You guys saw I did a little skit video on, because I get these guys are saying, hey, you need to be tougher on Dominga. She's gonna take your money, and you too soft on her. You need to be rough on her. You need to really like bow up and get on her behind. And I'm like, what? So anyway.
Oh, Coach, there's one thing I always notice. Every time you post a Dominican woman cooking, they always go, you see, ladies, the Dominican woman can cook. Every time.
And I think, I can cook. I've been cooking since I was 11. What's the point?
Men think cooking is like magic or something. It's like, I taught my daughter, I'm like, step one, saute onions. You're halfway there. Throw a meat in the pan. It's going to taste good. It's going to seem like you did a lot. Y'all just be amazed. It's like
everything.
Oh my God. This is a show.
There y'all go. The bashing stop at the 8. You gotta balance the bash. See, y'all are undercover bashing on the low a little bit.
Not at all.
Interesting. It's so interesting how oblivious you are to like the little comments that you make constantly. And then, but you notice everything that we say, and it feels offensive. That's really interesting. It's just something I'm
Next question. Super King. Super Queen. Do you ladies consider themselves very picky when it comes to looking for a potential partner? So who going first? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not picky. I am self-aware. So I'm 35. I know myself. I've done the work, the tarot. I know what I want. And it seems like nowadays, like asking for the basics is asking for too much. Someone who's self-aware, someone that does want to be in a relationship, someone's who has great communication skills. And people like, and I haven't even talked about the financial side yet. And they're like, oh my God, you're asking too much.
Mm.
I'm just asking for basic stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not picky. I'm realistic and I'm aware. So I'd rather stay alone than to be miserably
And I'm not,
coupled
of
up.
course, I'm not speaking for you, but I'll speak for me. For men, women. I just said, hey, you know what? I want to be at peace. And that's why I always use the word peace, be still. I just want to be at peace. Mm-hmm. So if you start to bring drama in my life and I get stressed and I already have a bad disability and I have very bad nerve damage and stress makes it even worse and I have to be in the hospital more, I think that's what and I'm just speaking for myself. And so I don't know if you ladies, this is y'all's day, but in y'all time, but do y'all want to be at peace as well?
Of course.
Yes. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Y'all want to expound on that?
Oh, her mic's off.
It's sorry. I keep like crushing this ice, and then I'm like, they can hear that all on there, so I keep muting myself. No, but I was just thinking Faye was about to answer the question, I think.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't gonna answer? Okay. I was like, yeah, whatever. I would say I'm picky. I would be like, yeah.
What? Okay, more. Okay, you gotta keep expounding.
No, because okay, here's the thing. So I've been in a relationship with somebody who wanted a relationship. So I understand what like it can look like. I understand what like the effort looks like. I understand like a person who wants to be there and who wants to have good communication, like a person who's actually trying. Like I understand what that looks like. And so it's like, yeah, I know when you're playing in my face, and I'm just not gonna, like if we don't have to do this. You don't have to pretend, like a lot of people just like to play for some reason. And it's like, I know what this is because I've seen good. So
yeah. That's true. Go ahead, Jay. You was about to say something.
I just agreed. I realized that I can't tolerate BS at all. I have like certain antennas. I just see it coming. I'm like, you are about to play in my face. And I have 10 seconds to decide. The petty side of me wants to play this game just to prove a point, and the other side, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I just can't. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ghostly asks everybody on the panel, including you, Coach, where do you see yourself in 10 or 15 years from now? That's a great question, Ghostly. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Faye.
I definitely see myself out of this country, just somewhere warm and hot, just living an affordable life. Hopefully, if I have kids or a husband, just relaxing.
What do you consider the United States? Do you compare the United States like similar to your country? When you say your country, first tell everybody where your country is, and then for the new people, and then expound on why you want to leave your country and possibly come to the Dominican Republic or a different country.
I would like to leave the United Kingdom because I just feel like it's always this hustle and bustle of like working, always stressed, doing all this. But I feel like when I'm abroad, I just feel like I don't really need all this stuff, like all these fancy clothes, all this fancy car. All I just need is my food, my bath, my clothes. Not too much really. I just feel like over there I'm always trying to be something else, but I feel like when I've got less stuff, I feel like I just need the basics and I'm good to go. There's a lot of things you can just do for free when you're out there as well.
Hey, I'm answering. I totally agree with you, and that's my answer. So, Ghostly, you got that. So, but go ahead, Faye, answer that question, and we'll move on.
It's what was it?
No, I totally agree.
Okay.
I agree with that answer. That's an awesome answer. Thank you so much. All right, Jay.
I see myself. I mean, 10 to 15 years, that's too much ahead. Let's do 5. Or let's do 2, right? I probably see myself also leaving this country because the cold is killing me. And I would like to live somewhere tropical, preferably married with children, traveling, uh, with a
Awesome.
business, maybe an online business, and traveling around, and just living life and doing life with great friends and family, and just living. That's
Awesome. Okay, Cole. That's an awesome answer. Also, go ahead, Cole.
Okay, so in 10 to 15 years, I see myself married with maybe like 2 more children as well. I see myself by like in 15 years, I will have started a few businesses and like sold them off and like
hey,
started other businesses by that point.
millionaire status.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And that's your answer. You finished?
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna be.
I was about to sit back and say, okay, she about to go into a whole spiel, but you just.
Well, I can't give you all the, all my ideas. I have a book. I have had a book since middle school of like business ideas. I have like restaurants with full menus. I have like a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm ready to go.
This person with a Everald Tatum McField says, well, neither one of them I cannot live with. Psychologically nor financially cannot afford this level of stress. What does that mean? What is he talking about?
I don't know what he was replying to. Maybe
I don't know. But shout out to Evelyn McField. He's always on the channel.
If you want to clarify, we'll answer it.
Yeah, clarify that, brother. Oh, shout out. Oh, look, Haitian Gunman. Shout out to Haitian Gunman. I am here for you, Cole. Haitian Gunman has a crush on my cousin Cole. And hey, yeah. Hey, you never know.
Hey, shoot your shot.
Exactly.
Don't tell the gunman to shoot his shot. I don't know if that's safe for you, girl.
Might hit you in the heart.
Okay, next question. King Choice. Question from the panel. How did you feel the first time getting off the plane in the DR, and what's your favorite memory? Man, it felt, for me, it felt like my eyes I was just looking at everything. I remember it was January 1st, 2020, and I just remember hearing people talking in Spanish and people, moving fast, and then I was picked up, and then we got some street food, and I just remember the street food, and they just cooking on the street, and people walking up to you, asking you questions, and it was just, it's like you stepped on Mars, and it was just a whole different feel, and it was a great feeling. Go ahead, Faye.
With me, it was quite funny because when we got to Punta Cana airport, I think I was like the first person to like get out, and then there was literally so many guys, so I felt really like shy. And then when everyone's just looking at you, and then they're making these like weird kissy noises, so I just felt like,
oh really?
Yeah. But a lot of them were helpful because my phone wasn't working, so one guy did put his hotspot for me. So
oh, cool.
That's nice.
I can see that.
Nice.
For some reason, and I'm going to ask this question just for Faye, and we're going to come back to the question at hand. But Faye, you being dark complected in the Dominican Republic, the foreigners from Europe and from America, the white guys, they go crazy over your complexion. Did you have a lot of guys from another country, like Russia and all of those other places, Japan and China, hitting on you in the Dominican Republic?
It was actually the Dominicans, like the light-skinned ones.
Really?
But the darker skinned one would just kind of look at me a lot, if you know what I mean. Trying to figure out where I was from.
Where was that? Was that in Punta Cana or was that in Santo Domingo?
Punta Cana, Santo Domingo.
All right.
Cool. Oh, back to the question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I know, Cole, you haven't been to the DR, but what about you, Faye? Jay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I have a great story.
Okay.
I traveled with my mother, and when I got down, I remember I touched down, and we traveled in October. It was cold here, so when we got there, the heat felt so great, and then we got there, and then the hostel began. The taxi guy came and said, well, let me take you to your place for $25. And thank God, I know the hostel. I know it cost around $6 to $10. I said, not at all. This cost $10. He said, no, let me take you for 20. I said, this costs $10. Let me take you for 15. This costs $10. He wouldn't budge at 15. I said, I'm not going to pay you $15. This costs between $6 and $10. So he left me alone. And then I didn't have reception. So because I speak Spanish, I saw someone, I don't know. It was just like my spirit told me, go talk to her. And I said, can I use your phone to call a Uber? And I used her phone. And she knew someone, the Uber guy. She called him. And the Uber guy came, picked me up, and took me to my Airbnb. And it cost $6. So why does this man wanted to charge me $25? Anyways.
Yeah, no, you have a point. I see that all the time. They hustle. If they found out you're from another country, they automatically upcharge you no matter what. So, yeah.
But I trained myself with all the videos that I've watched on YouTube, with all the hustle game, and but it was nice. And then leaving the airport, everything was nice. And then we arrived at Santo Domingo's traffic. It was the first time in my life that I experienced traffic of that magnitude. And I had like 10 mini heart attacks within myself.
I told Cole about that. Cole, I told you, you be prepared. The traffic is mind-blowing, right, Jay?
It was insane. I've never seen something like that in my life. But it was something so different, so adventurous, but so
chaotic. That's the word, yeah.
And I just saw myself dying 20 different ways. But it felt fun, if you know what I mean. Because so that was my experience the first time. And then I had a great time. Great people, great food, great.
Wait, I have to get to Haitian Gummy because he's a big person on the channel. He's always donating.
I knew you was about to click on that.
Cole, are you ready for this thug love? Hey, have you ever dated a good thug guy? Or what do y'all feel? All three of y'all, what do y'all feel about thug life? And like, when I was coming up, the thug guys got all the beautiful women, all the cool women, the sexy women. How do y'all feel about that? Because are y'all like into the thug guys? Go ahead. Oh, you said no. Okay, go ahead.
Learned my lesson.
Go ahead.
Not at all. When I hear someone say, "What's up, shorty?" I'm thinking, who are you talking to? Who is shorty? Who is this? Who are you talking? No, To me, it would be like a cultural thing. Maybe if I grew up around that kind of culture, I would find it appealing. But to me, it's not appealing at all. I don't like
Right.
it. But
Yes. Yeah. And
to each their own.
Cole, okay, that question was for you, but you didn't answer it yet.
Everybody else was talking.
Okay.
No, I don't think I even know no thug people. I don't even know what that is anymore. Like, are people still thugs? Like a gang person? Hell nah. Like, nah, I don't want no trouble. I'm definitely not like I'm not supporting you through like a jail sentence or nothing like that. I remember one of my exes started doing some sketchy stuff, and I was like, if you go to jail, don't waste your call on me, because like I'm not accepting the charges. Like, I'm not coming to see you. I'm not gonna be down. I'm gonna be gone. Like,
No, but then he's going to ask you to marry him because you have to stay by your man. You have to be a ride or die chick, right?
not me. I don't want to die. Sometimes
Why
I
do
don't
you
want
have to die? I don't understand.
chill.
I never understood that.
I think I might turn into a thug now. I like how you
No,
said
don't. I won't let you.
No, I can't, even if I tried to. Walk on says, ladies, what age range would you date? Oh, everybody don't speak up at the same time. Y'all, so wait. That's a good question, Walk On. You got their tongue twisted.
Because it just depends on the person. I guess
Yeah.
like I generally like 30-ish and up.
Since we are in our mid-30s, like mid-30s and up,
Yeah.
but we've also learned that age doesn't mean anything, right? Because
Yeah. Like I wouldn't do somebody, I think somebody 25 would be like when you get to like younger than Faye, I'm gonna probably be like,
no.
I don't know. It'll be a little touchy, but you'll have to
Yeah.
really have to be together or something. But
Minimum 30.
yeah, that's why I'm around that same age too.
Okay, cool. Faye, what about you?
Probably up to 35, 36.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Jody, shout out to Jody. Howie, thank you so much for being a part of the channel, sister. I want to ask the people on the panel, why do you think today's music is so horrible and doesn't have a meaning anymore? When people say they miss the 90s music, I understand where they're coming from.
What music are you listening to? Like, I think it's your music. I think you're choosing that music because there's definitely songs out there that have like, what type of meaning are you looking for? You just have to find
I think she's talking, in my opinion, I think she's speaking of like NBA YoungBoy and that mumbling music and you know, things like that. But of course, you can always change it, like you said, Cole, and you can just go to something else and listen to something else, because it does give me a headache sometimes that the rap and the R&B music these days compared to Jodeci back in the day and R. Kelly before we knew he was doing what he was doing, you know, and all of that stuff, you know, the bumping and grinding and all of that stuff, you know, and singing your rhymes out and stuff. But anyway, that's my opinion. I think that's what she's talking about. But anyway, next question, unless somebody wants to comment on it. Oh, okay. Of course, no one knows where be in the future next, but have goals and plan future. That is so true. Hustle game is crazy. DR is the same. It is very crazy. I'm gonna catch up with these questions. If I miss y'all question, y'all don't forget to hit that like button. We have about 45 more minutes because I promised Cole that we're gonna stay on. We're not gonna stay on for 5 hours. I promise.
It was a good 5 hours. It was a funny one.
Because it'll be 3, 4 o'clock where you guys at?
Yeah. It was late.
Yeah. So let's see. The next question. Not Nicole, but how did the two ladies find Coach channel? How did y'all find my channel?
Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was actually trying to look for things to do in the DR. Oh, I don't know if it was something to do with hating Dominican Republic, and then you came up. And I think that's when you were with your ex. I just remember a video of that.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What other, you know what? And I'm going to let you answer, Faye. I'm sorry, Jay. But what other channels do you all listen to in the Dominican Republic besides my channel? And I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for y'all support. But what other channels?
Oh, who's starting?
Should I answer first and then go into what you just asked?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think I started watching different channels. I started with oh my god, Mr. Flip Flop, Cerise, the old school people that started. They were doing it at that time a couple of years ago, and then one video of you that was the difference between Dominican women and American women? That video popped up on my wall. And then I watched it. And then I saw you and I saw your ex at the time. And then I went and I watched other videos, and you had a video about 5 things you liked about the Dominican Republic and 5 things you disliked. And since then I've been like a quiet watcher. I would watch, I would like, and I wouldn't say anything until, well, yeah, here we are.
Awesome.
But yeah,
That's my best video. 5 things I like and dislike about.
Dislike.
I remember that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Faye.
Other channels, I think I was just going through loads. I remember Miko Worldwide, and then this guy called Something Susua. I think you might know who I'm talking about. But then theirs ones were too much, and I was like, then I found Ebony Ladies to the DR. I liked her once I subscribed. Then your one I subscribed.
So I didn't mean to cut you off. Ebony Ladies in the DR. Next month, she is sizing Dominga up and looking at some wedding dresses.
Yes.
Oh, cute.
Really.
Yes.
Nice.
So anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all that. But anyway, yeah, Ebony Ladies in the DR and Boris and all of them. So shout out to all of them. Yeah. So
Yes, I watch her too. Yes.
yeah, Naboris. Do you guys remember Caribbean E and his wife?
Yes.
No.
That was but they moved. Yeah.
They moved to Portugal.
Those are the people that I really. That's the people that I watched in the beginning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, Cole. I know you're doing good with keeping up with the comments. So go ahead, Cole.
King Choice wants to know: does Jay speak Creole?
Yes, I do speak Creole.
You heard
My
that,
own-
Haitian?
My own way.
Okay, cool.
Kendrick Johnson wants to know if we would date outside of our race. I would.
Yeah.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you date what's around, so yeah.
True. Quan says, I see Coach only listens to Louisiana rappers. Yeah, you see how he went straight to like NBA YoungBoy and stuff, right?
I grew up on Lil Bootsy and all of those guys, and I listened to some NWA, but I grew up on the Cash Money records and
I was about to say Wayne and
and
504 boys back then
504,
when you was young. Yeah,
that's right. Mystical.
make them say
nah. They don't. The girls. Y'all never heard that. Y'all ever heard that song before, girls? Make them say nah. Y'all ever heard that before?
You might have to sing.
If you look at their faces, don't worry about it. Master P, he was a rapper. Lil Romeo's daddy.
We are supposed to remember when you say na 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 na.
Listen,
Say it again, Coach.
Make them say na.
Yes, I do. Is that a Master P song?
That's right. And Mystical, and Master P, and Silk the Shaka, and all
Yeah.
of those. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, that was my agent, and I used to hang around with those guys and go on stage with them and play basketball with them, and
Tell it.
Oh,
that's a great story.
Yeah, I got a great story, but we're gonna save that for later, Cole.
Yeah, Juvenile. Oh, Juvie the Great. That was my CD I used to keep back in the day.
Yeah, back that thing up. That's right. Oh, Coach. Let's see. Next person, Coach. Not to menu thug guys. Okay. I'm gonna skip that one. Let's see. Would you ladies date outside? Okay, we already did that one. Sorry, Cole. I'm trying to catch up. I'm sorry.
No, Patrick.
Okay. Yeah.
So, this one again.
I have a question.
Yeah, we talked about it already, Patrick.
Yeah, but I have a question. Why?
Scroll back, you can find it.
Sorry. Why do you think? And I'm going into detail about it. We talked about it, but why do you think so many men talk about how happy they are in another country, and like, I found the woman in the Philippines, or I found the woman, my dream woman in China or Japan, or
you asked this question earlier too. Rewind back to the beginning.
We need to go into we're going into detail because I want to know, like, I guess your countries where you all live in, it's very similar to the United States, and I just don't understand, like, why do you guys think it's so, like, the guys are so, like, pumped up and happy about coming to the Dominican Republic or Thailand and places like that?
Well, to be honest, that would be more like an American thing, because over here I don't have those kind of problems. No man is walking around here in the Netherlands saying, "You men are what you women are. I'm going to go overseas to go find a better woman." Never heard of that.
That doesn't happen there.
Maybe, but not as mainstream as it has been happening. That's more like an American thing. And to what I want to say, the question was, why do we think that the brothers are leaving to go overseas to be with those women? Well, what I find very funny is they keep saying in America, the women are gold diggers. They want money. They want to go on expensive dates and all that kind of stuff. Those same men go overseas to take care of other women, and they spend money. They're doing the same thing that they're complaining about. But since they speak Spanish and they have curly hair and they say papi and I love you, te amo, and all that stuff, that's supposed to be better. And of course, I understand economically it's cheaper.
Yeah.
With a certain budget. But come on, you are complaining about, oh, she wants a $200 date or whatever. That's crazy, but whatever, to each their own. But then you're going to name a country overseas, and that woman expects you to pay, expects you to provide, and you do it because she's soft and feminine.
They just want to pay less, I think. Like that's the problem. The problem is like they can go to a different country and it's like, oh, like John was saying, like economically, the money that he has in the Dominican Republic is more than he has in the United States. So you can go there and you can provide more because their economy isn't as expensive as it is over here, because you wouldn't be able to provide the way that you could provide. So it's just like they're not looking for different, they're just looking for cheaper. They're looking for more in their budget.
Then we should be having another conversation. We should be having a financial conversation, and not those women are bad, but let's talk about you don't have enough money to take care of them in the United States, so you go overseas to take care of them overseas.
And that's fine.
Be happy.
Yeah. I think it's different factors.
Yeah, I was showing out Haitian women.
It's like the stereotypes. And then I would say sometimes behavior as well, because I can only speak on Black women. I guess people do say sometimes how we talk or like sometimes how we dress and all this, it can get on their nerves. I would say that, yeah, I understand if most of us do that, but saying that we all do that, I don't think you should need to put a platform where you expose it to the whole world. I feel like you could do a small space to discuss with us, but not with other races to know, because other races don't do this. I've never heard like other races, like I've actually never heard like a Dominican man from the States go, oh, Dominican women with this, I'm going to go to China. I haven't seen those videos. I'm trying to find videos of other races doing it.
They don't do it. They don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. First, hold on, Nicole. I'm sorry. Shout out to Haitian Gunman, and Nicole just sent you a shout out too. But I want to thank you so much for the super chat to $4.99. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Go ahead, Cole.
Now I forgot what I was about to say. It was a good point to what Faye was saying. Shit, I'll tell you when I think about it.
All right, I want to say this. It feels like on the down low, you guys are throwing shots at me on the down low.
Oh, come on. Well,
it really does.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah, I was about to say, if the shoe fits. But I remember what I was about to say. You know what I think, though, is another thing that we could think about that's a really interesting point to kind of like piggyback off of Faye's point. But it's like, I think it's interesting that when it's like Black women are known for being like aggressive and like too much, but like Latino women get to be spicy. Like that's really cute.
Spicy,
like they're known for being hot tempered. Like they have those standards too, but it's cute, right? Because like Jay was saying, like, oh, I have curly hair or whatever, like, but when they do it, it's really cute. Asian women do not be submissive. Like, do y'all be talking to these people? Like, these women, we don't act any different than other women act. We're just like bashed for things different. It's just perceived differently because Black women are.
I think they just compare our looks to them. That's why.
Yeah. Look. Because like you say, like Faye's really like, she seems really reserved and really like sweet. And there's lots of Black women who are like very toned down and very like soft spoken. Like it's not, and there's other races of women who are very loud. But like I said, the way that it's classified, it's spunky when it's a white woman. Like she's just a go-getter, but when it's a Black woman, it's like, oh, she's aggressive and she's like doing too much.
Right.
So
hey, we talked about this, Shannon, but we'll kind of expound on it a little bit. Next question: what do you ladies think about these passport bros bashing American women? Go ahead, Faye. Go ahead, Faye.
I just think it's not fair.
Why? Oh wow! I like how you use that word. You got a way of using words that just like telling people off, but saying like it's. Okay, go ahead. Expound on that. What do you mean it's not fair?
No, because it's like I said the last time, they just pick on that one individual that's hurt them badly, and then they just start saying it to everyone. I feel like if I was in the situation, I would go therapy, or if it not, pray to God, or just something. I would seek help. I'll be like to someone, oh, listen, I'm having issues with this individual, but I don't want to take my pain on the next person, because people need to be careful saying to Dominicans, I don't like Black women or Black men, because a lot of their family members have a Black family member, Black grandma, Black granddad. So you kind of just have to be careful using that insult, because that's why they don't like saying they're Black, because of the bad stereotypes they hear about us.
I hear that. I hear you. Listen to this. I really want you guys' response on this. Rent a room. Shout out to you, brother, in New York City. Shout out to all my people in New York City. I have the most followers in New York City. Over 35% of my followers are in New York City. But overseas women are more feminine. The treatment is better for men overseas.
Good.
By feminine, they mean submissive and tolerant.
You think he's saying that's what you think he mean? He would have said that if he would have.
Well, what does feminine mean? What does that mean? More feminine? Can you define that for me, then, John? Since you know what he means.
Like I think he's talking about like more of Dominga. Dominga's like super feminine. She's
How?
I'm a can I damn.
How is she feminine?
Come on, Rico, and jumped inside your body or something.
So now I'm a man. Because I asked you how.
Oh,
You see how they doing?
now you're transgender.
Right. Because I asked how.
I'm just getting triple teamed right here, right now.
Faye is feminine. I am feminine.
Yeah, but
feminine.
I want to hear what is the definition of feminine? What are you saying? What is it? What do you mean? Because John agrees with that. That's why he had. You did though. So like, why? What define feminine? Tell me what Dominga is.
I'm sweating at the nose for a reason.
I just want you to tell me what Dominga is. You ain't gotta be sweating.
I know. Okay. I was just gonna use Dominga as an example. Like she's like she wakes up in the morning, you know, and she fixes the bed, and I help her out sometimes. In the morning, she makes the coffee. Before I'm even up, I can smell the coffee in the morning, like at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, she's straightening up everything, making sure, and it's time to wash clothes. She's washing the clothes. And then I go outside, and because I like to show, I want to help out. I go and hang them up, and I help her out. But I think he's talking about that when he talks about feminine.
So cooking and cleaning is what feminine is to you.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that, like, well, yeah, I guess I am.
You did. That's why I was asking you, like, define that. What does that mean? Like, what is your definition of more feminine?
Damn, rent a room. You just got me in a pickle right now, brother.
He don't know what he's talking about either, because look at his response. Feminine is the opposite of being masculine. Thanks, rent a room. Thank you.
Let's add on to that. Why does Dominga does that? Let's say
choice.
Let's say you weren't doing what you are doing, Coach. Like providing for her, creating a beautiful and loving space. Let's say you were a bum. Do you think Dominga would wake up and make you coffee and treat you as she is doing right now? Or Dominga would tell you to get off your bum and go get a job and be a little bit masculine?
She would tell me, that's a good question. Well, I'm disabled, so I cannot work. But
yeah.
And I go through a lot of pain. But if I was able to work and I was being a bum, she would say that. And I think the relationship, it would put a damper on the relationship. Can I say it like that?
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at these comments.
Would she still be nice and feminine and sweet, or would she tell you in the Dominican way to go MMMG?
Let's discuss. I agree with that. Like let's shout out Patrick Lewis real quick. John, give Patrick Lewis a shout out for his super chat.
Hey, Patrick Lewis, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. But we're gonna read his question also. But Jay, yes, she would be. I never thought about that, but she probably would say, "Get off my ass and go, and you need to provide." You're right.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah,
people like these women or like the special extraterrestrial creatures, and we are the demons or something.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you read? Awesome. Can you read Patrick's question?
Most men are not going overseas because they've been hurt. Most Western women, especially Black women, are masculine. Nothing wrong with being submissive. So I want to piggyback off of what Jay was just saying, because I had that same conversation with relationship way back when, where my ex was like, "Oh, you're not the traditional woman," and it's like, you're not the traditional man. Like, that is a secondary role, though. Like, Dominga can fill in the gaps, John, because you're gonna come through. Dominga don't ever wake up and worry about if the water's gonna turn on or not because you couldn't pay the bills. Dominga is, y'all have y'all rolling blackouts. That's why I'm classifying it like that. But Dominga's not worried about going to the refrigerator and there being no food, or turning on the stove and there being no electricity. she knows that when she gets up in the morning to make the coffee, the water's going to turn on and the coffee pot's going to turn on and the coffee canister is going to be full of coffee grounds. And she didn't have to think about any of that other stuff. All she had to do was wake up, turn on the faucet, empty the grounds out, and start the coffee. You had to provide those first steps, though. So if American women are so masculine, what is that saying about the American men? Like, if we were, like, how can we be feminine? You want me to be worried about cooking eggs and making dinner, but I don't know if the rent is going to be paid if I leave it in your hands. I told y'all like $5 in our pocket and he want to go get a Snickers. And I'm like, well, what are we doing here? You know, like, how can I be secondary in a situation where I don't trust that I'm good? I have to step up then for myself. So, you know.
That was good. That was good. Haitian Gunman, that's a great point, Cole. Haitian Gunman says, and he's trying to dig a little bit. Shout out to Haitian Gunman, been with me from day one, and thank you for all your donations, brother. But he's trying to dig a little bit. Cole, why are you single?
I'm too much. Me and John are like find peace in the opposite ways. I'm an introvert. So like my peace is just like my solitary, you know, like me by myself, just having a moment, you know. So that's where I love to find myself. You gotta be more interesting than me alone for me to spend time with you. Like I gotta enjoy your company more than my company, and I love my company.
We love our company.
That was kind of like what you said, Jay. You said the same thing. You like your company, and you didn't say peace. You said a different word, but that's my second time hearing that. Faye, you want to expound on that?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead.
Moochie T says, Coach, don't beat about the bush. You are financing Dominga's lifestyle for the most part, or am I missing something? If a man provides, a woman can be feminine anywhere, or she has to go fend for herself or something.
Y'all agree with that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought y'all was going to expound on that, but that's cool. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, she was just kind of co-signing on, I think, Bob. Well, no, that's Bob's thing up here. But that last statement was just more kind of like co-signing what we were already saying, that like feminine role is like a nice role, but it's a secondary role where you have to trust somebody's going to be filling that primary role.
Awesome. Hey, Mark, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Can you bring Mark up, Cole? Thank you so much. Thank you for the super
Mark.
sticker. Yes, thank you so much. It definitely helps the channel out tremendously. Thank all of y'all for watching the videos. It helps out tremendously. Thank y'all so much. I think we're going to jump to Patrick. Go ahead, Cole.
Patrick J. Lewis says, I've never heard a man say I'm strong and independent and I don't need no woman. You are masculine because you're afraid to fall into your femininity.
I've never said that.
I've never said that either. Who said? Did you say that, Jay? Did we? When did you say that?
Thank you for the super chat and thank you for your input.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, go back to the super chat. I want to read his super chat again because men are a little slower. So I've never heard a man say I'm stronger and independent and I don't need no woman. You are masculine because you're afraid to fall into your femininity. So what is he saying there? I really want to go ahead.
He's generalizing. So
he's saying nothing.
Not the problem, Coach.
None of us on here have taken a stance that we do not want or need a man. None of us have said that statement in any way, shape, or form. And when you asked all of us where we wanted to be in 10 to 15 years, we all said married.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who he's speaking to, but he's not speaking to the ladies on this panel. So he can't answer for those women.
Yeah, it's stereotyping.
I want a man. I would like to.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay. That's a good way to put it. Do you think he's trying to dig on y'all a little bit, like trying to get under your
both
skin?
y'all trying to dig.
I think he wants us to have that bad attitude behavior. So everyone will be like, I told you.
I think he wants us to be masculine.
No, we're not doing it.
I like that. See that? You guys know how to cuss somebody out without cussing somebody out. And that's that. And see, and that pisses. When I was in a relationship like that with a woman, like you, Jay, and you would say certain things and be like, no, go ahead. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Just go ahead. You got it. You got this. Go ahead. And that just burned me up when she used to say that.
Yeah. I think
I don't know how was Faye taking that statement. Faye's like,
I'm not.
Faye is still thinking, but I didn't
Jay.
say that.
Sorry.
I did not say that. But anyways, okay.
Awesome. Man, I'm sweating a little bit more.
Why?
I don't know. I usually don't sweat this much when I'm on the live.
Haitian Gunman has a question.
Go ahead.
Jay and Faye, why are you guys single? Well, I'll start. Oh my God, me and my anyways, my last relationship, we talked about marriage and everything. I was about to move from the Netherlands to go back to Curacao and to get married and to build something, and that fell through, and I was heartbroken. So I decided to just focus on me because I realized I was too eager to giving up everything for love. But when everything fell through, I was the one that kind of lost because that person kept on moving. So my lesson was focus on self. Focus on self. So I've been focusing on self. I've been going to therapy. I know what's wrong with me. I know what's wrong with me. And I'm enjoying this phase of being with self and dating, but like I said, I see things clear now. So I know what I want. So until I find it, and like I've said, I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking for basic stuff. Then I will remain single because I enjoy my company so much.
I like that. It's a great answer.
We'll see.
Faye?
Yeah, I can take accountable why I'm single. I think I've always been that type of person where I've always been a bit too needy and a bit too desperate. And I feel like when the person can sense that, they'll just feel like, oh, I can walk over you. But I allowed it as well. So I think I am open to meet whatever's out there. But I just feel like I just need to not just focus on their appearance too much or their physique or what color or nationality they are. I think I just need to look for what's in their heart and a man that speaks his word and actually means it.
When you say a man that speaks his word, what do you like? Have you ran across a lot of men that don't speak their word? Why would you say a comment like that?
Instead of us saying oh, we'll do this, but they're not really doing it. They'll say, oh, I'll take you out, or not really take me out, but just more I'm trying to think of an example.
But don't you think women do the same thing?
Yeah, we do the same as well. Sometimes people say yes, but then they get scared and they back away.
She's not dating women though.
That wasn't my point.
The question was about her dating life.
Yeah.
She can't comment on what women do if she's talking about, unless she dates women.
No, I'm straight.
Yes, I guess you're right.
All right.
All right. Next question. This is the question for y'all. Thank you so much. Let me get to this question, Cole. Hold up.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Take your hands off the panel for a second.
I did.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Pimp Boy. They are drilling poor coach with these comments. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, you feel my pain.
He's putting the comments back up. He's asking for it.
Okay, where's that question at? I saw an awesome question.
Are you talking about from King Choice?
Yes, from King Choice. Where is it?
Because he asked it twice. Hold on. And he says, men leaving the States can't all be wrong. LOL. Men don't leave great situations where we are appreciated and respected. These men of all races are leaving for a reason. And I think it's kind of funny because it's like somebody just posted in here earlier that 80% of women file for divorce over men. So it's like, are all of those women wrong? Like, are all of them leaving situations where they feel appreciated and respected? Is people of all races doing that for no reason?
No, they just woke up one day and said, I'm not going to stay married to my husband. He's so great to me. Let's get a divorce. Yeah.
Like it's two-way streets. It's two-way streets for everybody. Like if you want to go feel appreciated, like go feel appreciated. You don't have to dog people on your way out. You
Yeah.
can
And
choose to, but
nobody said they were all wrong. We
yeah,
said go where you want to be. And if
exactly.
the women, your women, the women that gave birth to you, your sisters, your mothers, your I don't know, if they are that bad, what does that say about the men in that culture? Hmm, that's another subject. Maybe for another day. We'll see.
I
You
can't
mute.
hear you.
Sorry. Walk on,
Oh.
walk on. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Ooh, Faye. I'm 39 and African. Would you date me?
Ooh, Faye.
I don't even know what you look like.
He likes the beach.
Oh, that's a
What
great.
beach is that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have no clue what beach that is. What beach were
Shoot
you
her,
walking on?
shoot her
Walking
a private message.
Yeah. You know, you can shoot me a text, brother, and then you can send me a picture, and then because I don't. If she says yes, then I'll forward you her number, but I'm not gonna forward you her number. But let me say this: you said something about depends on what he looks like. Now let's get into that because, and we only got about 10, 15 more minutes. But what does features and looks play a role to all of you all? And that's my question. Does features make a big decision in you guys' guys' decision?
Yeah, I'll be honest, because you're going to be in the same bedroom as them. They don't have to be like a hot model, just like someone you can look at.
What do you? So, let's a guy that's obese. Like let's say you see this guy and he's obese, but he might be handsome in the face or something like that. I don't judge men, but you might say, oh, he's handsome, but he's 265 pounds, 300 pounds. And we're going to work together and we're going to lose this weight together. Would you start with a man like that?
To be honest, if he finds a way to like smooth his way of like making me laugh and like just having good conversation, I'll probably look past it.
Okay, but that's not a no-go for you if he's like a certain weight size or he
Depends how big.
Okay, yeah. What if he has a lazy eye or he walks with a limp or something like that?
That's fine. I know a lot of people that have limps. I've never seen a problem with it.
That's not fine. Coach, you're doing too much. So he's 300 pounds. He has a lazy eye. Now he's going to be in a wheelchair. What's wrong with this man?
I'm just trying to.
No.
I'm really.
I think he wants me to get bullied on here. That's what.
That's what I want to do. I'm trying to get you to say, "Oh, I need the guys. We be cussing and fighting and fussing, and I'm not getting that from y'all. But you guys are really. Go ahead, Cole. What'd you say?
They trying hard in them comments too.
We're not being masculine.
They are trying very hard in the comments.
But
definitely solidified your passport, bros, in these comments.
But that's why men are winning because listen, beautiful Faye just said, he's 300 pounds. We'll go to the gym. Are you what do you say? The people that help people lose weight?
Fitness instructor.
Are you a fitness instructor? No, he should lose that weight on his own. Because if you were 300 pounds, you wouldn't say, oh, baby, let's go to the gym. You say, oh, you are a fat American woman. I will go overseas and get me a sexy Maria. So, no, we should not say, no, we would not. No, if he's not what you want, then don't. Because if he doesn't find you attractive, he's not going to talk to you. So we should treat them as the same way. That's how I see it.
I would, if I wasn't in a relationship and the lady was, the beautiful lady was a little, overweight, and I would definitely date and I'm just speaking for myself, I would definitely date a woman that's overweight, but I wouldn't push her. I wouldn't be like, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. I wouldn't do that, but I would try to inspire her and motivate her.
Well, I mean, a little overweight. I'm a little overweight. We're talking about obese, someone that's obese.
I'm just talking about in general. I'm not saying a size or anything like that, because I don't want to get myself into trouble or nothing like that. But I wouldn't say like a certain weight or nothing like that. But if I'm in love, or if I see a beautiful woman, and I would definitely do that. It's not a no-go for me. I'll say that. But go ahead with the comments, Nicole. Let's catch up on a couple of comments, and then we can roll out.
Make sure they're nice comments.
Oh my god!
No, I like the rough one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Bob. I like this comment.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the nice ones. You know what though? I really don't give people a hard time. I say how I feel, and you're gonna care or you're not gonna care, and I'm gonna adjust how much I care based on how somebody else's care. I'm like one of those people. Like I fade out with a lot of people because it's like, oh, I don't like that you do that. Like that really makes me feel the way. And if they're like, oh yeah, da da da, and then you do it again, it's like, okay, well, I told you, so you just didn't care. So that's cool.
Read Bob's question if you don't mind, Cole.
His question? Which question?
I mean, answer. Comment.
I just did. I will be afraid. What are you talking about?
About you.
You would be afraid to date you because you look like don't play.
I don't play. That's what I'm saying. I just like dip out. I just let you know how I feel.
And that's good.
And and you adjust yourself, because if somebody's like, oh, like if you don't have a conversation with me about it, if we don't get to like a middle ground or some type of understanding, and you just leave it, or like especially someone like, oh, you tripping. You know what? I am tripping.
Yes.
You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I won't bring that up again. And I don't call again, and I don't text again, and I don't have any more free time because I'm not usually tripping. So, somebody wants to make you feel good or they don't.
True.
And that's just that. This key choice, I don't understand this one. Men aren't dogging y'all out while leaving. I think it's disappointment that the women we grew up feeling have changed into something we don't recognize. Okay. I don't know what men
I haven't met these.
I don't know what men.
Go ahead, Faye. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I haven't met these ones they're talking about. That's the thing.
I haven't either.
Who are these people?
What country is it? Where is it?
Can we make a Facebook group to find those people?
Yeah, I can avoid them too.
Men are dogging out y'all while leaving. Go ahead. Next question. Yeah.
What you think? What you think? What does that mean to you, John? Because you feel that question. You obviously have something you want to add to it. So put your 2 cents.
I think it's disappointing that the women we grew up feeling have changed into something we don't recognize. I think I'm 47 years old, and I'll speak for my grandfather. My grandfather, and I'm not saying it's right, my grandfather cheated on my grandmother, and she stayed with him no matter what, through thick and thin. I'm not saying it's right. And all I'm saying is, I think that's what he's talking about, like through thick and thin, sickness and health. Let's get through this shit and move on. No cursing out. My grandmother, I knew she was feeling pain, but she still stayed with him and things like that. So I think that's what he's talking about. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what I think he's talking about.
We get what he's saying. We understand, but it's dumb.
It sounds personal.
Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of relationships are broken because the men do something wrong, and we are not perfect. Men mess up and women mess up too. But I think he's saying women are so quick to move on now. I think that's
what kind of mess ups do men normally have, and what type of mess ups do women normally have? So when you say men mess up, the example you gave was your father cheating. Is that what you think is a normal? Your grandfather. I'm sorry. Do you? Yeah, my bad. Oh, my bad, Uncle Donald. I didn't mean to put that on my uncle. My bad.
Sorry, but go ahead.
So, like, is that Is that the mistake you like men generally make, right?
That's one of them, but
one of the bigger mistakes. And what's one of the bigger mistakes women make, you think?
I think you really can't catch a woman cheating. It's hard to catch a woman cheating. If she's cheating, she's just gonna cheat. But one of the bigger mistakes is for a woman, I think she really focuses on being macho and tearing a man down. So he goes to a job, and then he's dealing with these people at work, and then he come home and says, like, well, you ain't nothing anyway. You ain't do this, and you ain't shit. And I'm not saying y'all do that. I'm not saying anybody on the panel does that, but the tearing the man down does hurt. It stings when you come home and you work really, really hard, and it stings, and then you get all the pressure from the world, and then you come home and you really don't want that. And I'm not saying all women in the United States do that or in certain countries, but I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Oh, I got
y'all.
Look.
Vice versa, really.
I mean,
because we don't like to hear things about other women as well.
Cheating with other women. That doesn't feel good to us to go out in the world and not be able to still feel the type of stuff that y'all feel, like not in a masculine way, but in the feminine way. Like we get the Black woman version of things that y'all get out in the world. And then it's like, am I supposed to feel good about you sleeping with other people? Like if I think it could be better, like I slept with somebody else, then it's the end of the world.
Well, here's the question then. What's the difference between all the grandparents and the grandmothers and great-grandmothers dealing with that? And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right at all. It's totally wrong. It's bad. What's the difference between the women back in the day and the women now? That's what my question is. And that's honest. I'm not trying
to. It's a good question. Who wants to start?
Go ahead.
They didn't have better options. They didn't have other options at all.
Right. They couldn't work. What were they supposed to do?
What you mean they didn't have better options? I don't understand that.
They couldn't work.
You don't understand. You do understand. They didn't have better options.
So if a woman would have left, what was she gonna do?
She can't work. She doesn't have money.
She has nothing. Everything is under the husband. That's why the husbands could do whatever they wanted to do, and the grandmother stayed. That's why they could beat their wives, and the wives stayed, because what else were you gonna do for yourself? And the thing is, like, y'all be talking about y'all grandmothers and stuff, not realizing that y'all grandmothers told granddaughters to not be like them. I think that y'all miss that the way that y'all be loving, like the struggle love that your mom and your grandparents go through, like when they talk to their daughters, they don't want that for us. No. They didn't want that for themselves. They accepted what they had. Maybe that's y'all are like, oh yeah, like my grandma stayed, and then your grandma told her granddaughter, like, baby, go to college and get your degree and make your own money. Don't depend on no man. That's what the grandmas was telling us.
Yeah. So that answers, and that was a setup for y'all. I just got y'all. I got all three of y'all, because that's why all the men. A lot of the men come to the Dominican Republic in those other countries because and good men. I'm not talking about a man like that want to just hoe around and sleep and have sex with a whole bunch of women in the Dominican Republic, because I'm not like that. But and the 21, 24-year-old John Dorjan, I was like that, but I'm not like that anymore. I'm not talking about the men that want to hoe around and have babies and then come back home and the woman just deal with it. But that's what the feeling those guys want. That's why they go to the Philippines and Thailand and to the Dominican Republic, because boom, it's they have that feeling of, hey, I'm the king of the house. You're
because
the
they
queen
can provide.
To provide, yeah.
Because they can provide in those countries, like we talked about earlier. When they go into those countries, they can be the providers.
Of course.
So then they can step into that role, and then that makes sense for those women.
Yes.
We keep having this conversation.
We keep saying the same thing.
Y'all saying something like it's wrong with that. You're acting like it's something wrong.
Something's wrong with what?
with what we are saying. That's why men are moving and dating in other countries, because they
When
want.
did we say something was wrong with that?
No, John. It was more like it was just the bashing and the comparing.
We keep
Okay.
saying that
Yeah.
too.
Okay, all right, cool. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. That's all.
Yeah. Or else we wouldn't be subscribed to you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate it.
But
Go ahead.
talking about that, we keep having this conversation. I'm like, I repeat, if those men tomorrow didn't have the same capacity of providing, would those women stay?
What's that question again?
If they couldn't provide to the same degree, like when they go to those other countries and they provide for those women, if they had those exact same women and they could not provide for the household like they do, would those women be subservient and happy women in the way that they are? Like, you go to these countries, you have American money, so your money spreads more. You can set up a household where you take care of everything, which allows these women to take the secondary role in the household, like the Domingo, like you said with Domingo, where she can make the coffee and she can, clean up or whatever. She can do that because you provide that. But if you were in America, like, would you be providing to the same degree where your woman could wake up and be like, I know my coffee maker's going to turn on. I know there's coffee in the pot. I know the water's on. That's what we're saying is the difference.
And
it's not that we're difficult. It's just that the economy is different here.
Yeah.
And if you cannot economically take care of the masculine role, it makes no sense for me to fall into a feminine. Like, at that point, like, I've lost self-preservation.
Why y'all keep on bringing up old stuff? We already talked about this. No, I'm just joking. I'm just repeating. Listen, next question. It's clear that men and women worldwide still today don't know each other and their unique dynamics. Another sad revolution way down in 2023. Do y'all agree with that?
100%.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't we understand one another? And I love everybody on the panel. Of course, I have 100% respect for all women across the world. But what do you expound on that? One of y'all, women.
Sorry?
Why do you think DVVS Incorporated says that? Do you agree with him?
I think we're just trying to figure each other out, but I think we're not listening to each other. We're not having like healthy discussions about it. I think it's more just we listen to one person's negative and we all want to be on their side. So I think the men are just supporting the men and the women are supporting the women, but we're not really going together to go, guys, why do we actually like not? Why can't we stand each other? Why do we actually travel? We haven't really like been accountable for each other. We're just kind of blaming each other back and forth.
Go ahead.
Let's talk. Let's be real. Let's be totally real. Let's also talk about the fact that maybe people just don't like each other. Some men like to have sex with women. They don't like women on a human level. They will have sex with them. They will marry them. They will have children with them. But they'd rather be with their guy friends. I think that's a problem. They don't see women as this is a person. This person has personality. This person can be my friend. They see it as she's hot. I want to bet her. I want to get her pregnant. But I don't like her as a person.
You don't want her to have an. You don't want her to have an. I hate men that's like that. You don't want her to have an opinion. You just want to have sex with her and just say, hey, I just want to bang her and she's pretty, and you just listen. Yeah. And I don't think.
Problem.
Go ahead, Jake.
Sorry. The other problem is I think men are all saying they're the prize, women are saying they're the prize. So it's like we're just kind of copying and competing with each other as well.
So who's really the prize?
I didn't know that this was a competition. And
I've seen so much on the shorts.
I'm not saying it's a competition. I'm just saying who most men are masculine, just like you said, Jay. And I think men off the top, we believe that we are the prize.
What does that mean? Most men are masculine. Can you define? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I did not expect him to say that he thought men were the prize. I've never heard a man. I have never. I'm so sorry. I've never in my life.
Oh my God.
I've never heard a man say he's the prize.
Nicole, the way you said.
I'm sorry. I should have been muted. I should have muted myself.
No, it's good. It's good.
You're supposed to be my cousin. You just. Anyway, we're gonna talk off air on this one right here.
I think people just don't understand themselves. Like I keep thinking about DVV's question, like comment that they don't know each other and their unique dynamics. I think people don't know themselves and people don't know what they want and they don't know what they're ready to handle. I think a lot of the problem is this outward focus where it's like Patrick his question.
Shout out to your super chat, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you, so Patrick, for the super chat again.
But go ahead.
But his question kind of tied into what she was just saying. Like, you don't see a woman as a person. Like, were you raised to be a wife? Like, what does that mean? Like, I cook, I clean, I can take care of a house, I can raise a child. Like, I can be a woman in a relationship. Like, what do you mean raised to be a wife? Like, were you raised to be a husband? Were you raised to be loyal? Were you raised to be hardworking? Like, it should not be like, oh, like, tell me the dynamics of yourself. It's like, will somebody fit with you? Like, where is your troubles in life? Like, what do you need most for yourself? Like I said, I'm picky. I know where my traumas are. I know where I need the most reassurance. I know where I need the most love. I need those things in those areas. And if you can't provide that there, I'm needy there. And I need that from you to feel good. Otherwise, I'm going to be unsure within myself. That's who I am. I can't change that. I try. I work on myself. I do the best I can. I can talk myself down, but sometimes I need some help. And so in this area, you have to be the type of person who can do that. And I think if people knew themselves and paid attention to what people are actually providing versus what you think that they can be or what you think they can provide, like people could just be happier.
I like that, but Nicole, you know how many guys, and we can't get to all the comments, but I've read four guys have said Nicole keeps it real and she is 100, and all of y'all do, and I appreciate that, but I think Cole is more on the Rico side. No, Jake, no.
How compare me to Rico?
Because you just get rough with it sometimes.
I'm just blunt. I'm a blunt person. I like, well, don't that what y'all say? Y'all want women to be, isn't that what women like? Oh, y'all want women who are going to say what they want. You want women who are going to like be able to communicate their wants. Don't make me guess. Don't beat around the bush. Yeah. So like, this is what it is.
Why you had to do the man voice when you said, don't make me guess, don't make me guess?
Well, you compared her to Rico, so she actually got in character.
Right. That's that masculine they keep throwing on me. It's coming up. It's coming on up.
DVV says money does not equate to headship. Do you agree with that?
The person who makes
the most money, that's what he's talking about.
You don't get to determine. It depends on the situation. We talked about that earlier. Scroll back.
Yeah, we did.
We had a whole conversation.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. A healthy relationship is the prize. What will each party do together to win? There we go.
That's a nice one.
That was something good you said.
Great.
That was a good comment.
Yeah, that's why he got PhD behind his name.
Listen, I think did he make some comments earlier? I think I might have been sorry in some previous comments. Yeah. I was, but this one was a good one. I appreciate this one. I don't know about the other ones, but I like this one.
You skipped the other ones. This one was a good one.
Yeah, we skipped the other ones.
Yeah,
they told me I could do that. She said, "Go to the good ones."
Mark says Nicole has some thug in her. Well, I know that's what just I think some guys just want that, you know, but. Haitian Gunman says, Mark, she's got the thug in her, but she ain't ready for a thug. I don't know what that means.
Look, actually, it's silly. I am the prize. LOL. The prize is what you are worth to each other to be one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I like, and we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna do our final thoughts after this. But Dominican rep says, if people stop
Basing love on looks.
basing love on looks and look at the inner person, then relationships would be more successful. You agree with that, Faye?
That's sorry.
No, go ahead, Jay. Faye, it doesn't matter.
Okay. That's wishful thinking. I mean, of course it's about looks. That's the first thing that you see. If you don't like that, then there will not be a step 2 and a step 3 and getting to know each other. So let's not act like, oh my God, I don't see. Oh my God, I love the inside. No, oh my God, I like the outside too.
Well, I see some booger wolf men and women with some beautiful women and men in the Dominican Republic. They don't look at beauty.
Yeah.
They have other things that make them appealing and beautiful. It's green. Oh, it's money.
Oh, look at that. You are you guys are awesome. I mean, I really love these discussions. We have to do this again for sure.
I said I agree with that one. That was common ground.
But they want Jennifer this time, they said.
Oh, Jennifer. Oh yeah. Jennifer has to be I have to buy Jennifer a bottle of tequila for her to come here Walter
Let's keep going.
Yeah, Walter says, do you ladies on the panel prefer attractive guys, average looking, or unattractive but great personality?
I'll take an average looking guy with a great personality.
Average looking guy with great personality.
Yeah, average or attractive guy with good personality. I mean, ugly, like nobody wants to date somebody that they find. And then again, I think that goes back to, like I said earlier, it depends on what you need personally. Like what some people really genuinely don't care about looks and really just go all for personality. I remember my mom had a high school teacher and he was not an attractive man, she said, but his wife was gorgeous. And she saw them at the high school reunion and she was like, do y'all have kids? And the lady was like, oh no, I'm not having his children.
I'm not trying to have
like I wouldn't have children for him because like I would be I don't want my kids to look like him, but I love him and he's a great man and I will be with him and be loyal, but like no, he's not attractive to me. I knew a girl in high school who did that too. She loved this guy, he was ugly, and she would be like, that's my baby, I love him, he ugly, but that's my boo. And I'd be like, yeah girl.
It happened to that celebrity. What's she married a Christian guy that's into the Bible a lot, and then he asked for a baby and she divorced him. What was Megan or what was her name?
Megan Good, allegedly.
Yeah.
Remember to say allegedly.
They wrote allegedly. They wrote a book together, and they looked like they were going to be married forever, and then they just separated. And I think he did come out and say that, hey, she didn't want to have my baby and all of that stuff. But, I thought that was a perfect relationship. But to me, it looked like she called it off and he didn't want to call it off. But it is what it is.
You never know what happens behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So.
You're absolutely right. All right, last question. Last comment. And then Americans has trained and conditioned women to not need a man, which is completely wrong. The land of the free is not really free. What do y'all think about that? And then we'll wrap it up.
Why do you want to be needed? Like, what is this obsession with somebody needing, like having to depend on you? Like, I don't understand that. Like somebody wanting you and desiring you and loving you and building with you isn't enough. Like I need to depend on you. Like that's weird.
You think you said something wrong right there?
I'm asking what is the need for somebody to be dependent on you? Why do you need that kind of control over somebody? Like land of the free. He's like, it's not really free. Like, no, you don't want it to be free. you're like, women don't need a man, but you don't want a gold digger. So I can't have for myself. I can't want too much from you. I like, what am I supposed to like? What are we doing here? You know, if I want you, then I'm going to put the energy in for you. If I want you, then I'm going to do what I need to do for you. You can be wanted without you having the control. My kid needs me because without me, she won't have. Why do you need somebody to depend on you like that? Seek within yourself. Like, look within about that.
I like that. I love that. I think that's Nicole final thoughts right there. I think you should leave on that one right there. No, stay here. But that's your final thought. That's awesome. All right, Jay, go ahead, Jay.
Those are great closing arguments, Nicole. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yes.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. You broke up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It seemed like you went out a little bit, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. I said, Nicole, those were great closing arguments. And
I would like to know what do you feel about the show? Do you think that men, and this is for all of y'all, Nicole, if you want to say this while we're wrapping it up, do you think men were trying to get their voice across and their point across to women? And do you think it was negative or more positive? And what did y'all get out of the Dominican Route family? And I really love the women on the panel. I really do. But what do y'all feel about that? Like, what did y'all get out of the comments? Because we didn't read all the comments, but what did y'all get out?
I think we had a great conversation. I think we should just do what makes you happy. If you want to go overseas, go overseas. Try something new, try something different. But remember, love your mother, love your sister. And I think we are your sisters. We are Black women. Love us, respect us. And if Keisha broke your heart in kindergarten or in high school, that was Keisha. It's not me, Jay. It's not Faye. It's not Nicole.
Exactly.
So stop those generalizations of Black women this, Black women that, American women this, American women that. I mean, there are millions of American women in America. How many do you know? A couple. So those women did something to you. Go to therapy, figure it out.
I like
That's it.
that.
That's
awesome.
all.
That's awesome. Before we jump to Faye, Quincy says, great show, coach. And the ladies, today is my 24th birthday. Happy birthday, Quincy. Happy birthday. I would love a shout out from you, coach. Coach John, I hope there's a part 2. Yeah, ladies, are y'all going to come back?
Of course.
It depends on the topic.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Cool. Shout out to you. Happy birthday, Quincy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to
Quincy.
you.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Faye. Go ahead with your final comments.
I think from this, I think people need to be careful what they watch, especially with abroad videos. And I feel like don't believe everything you see from it, and just kind of like find real channels and at least ask questions like what I did. And just like sometimes think about people in your circle and like even other people from different races. Try not to generalize and try not to get too much into the comments, and just respect each other, love each other. There's nothing wrong with being with a woman from a different race. We're happy for you. But what we just don't like is when you say we're all the same. It hurts our feelings just to see comments about us all the time. And it's vice versa as well with the men. I don't like seeing it as well, because it sometimes embeds in me thinking, oh my God, because now it makes me feel like, oh, American men are like this. But after meeting guys like John and brother Rico, they're not all like that as well.
No.
Thank you so much. That's an awesome comment. Cole, do you want to give your final comments, even though you did have an awesome comment? But go ahead, Cole. Cole.
I hear you.
Nicole is done.
Like y'all are just like I don't know. I'm just like still looking at these comments. This dude's like, yeah, I want a woman to need a man. Like, not she can have some control, but like not where she doesn't need a man for anything. So like you want her to not be in control of herself. You want to be in control of her.
You want
Like
to
I get it. You
control
just
her.
keep saying the same thing in different ways. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't need. It's not control. I just want her to trust me more than herself. Like, what are we doing here, you guys?
Again, they don't see women as
People,
individuals, as
just
Yeah.
people.
experiences, things
It's
for them to
something,
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we really don't show him out.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my final word. I'm ready to go.
My final comment is I love the conversation. Faye said something. You guys all said something pretty strong. I did not know Jay was gonna come that strong. I knew my cousin. I know my cousin. But Jay, you really came strong, and not in a bad way. But Faye said something. She said we really need to talk about this and not bash one another, and be careful on how you say certain things to people. What's that guy that passed away that he had the biggest show?
Samuel something.
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
I agreed with certain things that Kevin Samuels said. I wasn't a big Kevin Samuels fan. But I did see where he was coming from. But the tone and the way he said it was disrespectful at times. Well, you ain't shit. You know, you got 3 babies. Three babies came out of you. What you ought to be giving that stuff away. You know, I didn't like that. But that, you know, people love controversy. You know, go ahead. You was about to say something, Jay?
Oh no, I just said yeah. I was just saying.
Yeah. So Faye, I really like your comment. Cole, you did a wonderful job. Your first time really hosting the show and doing what you did. So everybody give
Great job.
Wonderful job. And we're at the end of the day. Pimp Boy said Cole is feeling it. Are you feeling some type of way right now, Cole?
Nicole is done with the comments. She's done.
She's done with them. Oh yeah. Y'all see how Cole is. She will get with y'all. That's why she's being quiet. But she done it. She knows this is the Dominican route family, and we had a wonderful conversation. So y'all, thank y'all so much. Cole ain't saying nothing. Cole, you wanna go ahead and tell the Dominican family bye, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Faye, thank y'all so much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Jay, love y'all. Bye, Dominican Route family. God bless. Make peace.
Good night.
I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you.